senior forward, number 20, Jeremy Jiba. A 6'5", sophomore forward, number 24, Andre Mulabea. And a 6'9", senior center, number 45, Mikey Frazier.
Welcome into the John M. Huntsman Center on the campus of the University of Utah, the site of the 2018 5A Boys State Championship Basketball Tournament. Dusty Litster and Dane Stewart with you, our nightcap of the second round of the 5A tournament. The East High Leopards taking on the Timpanogos Timberwolves. And Dane, two contrasting styles, but two outstanding coaches.
Right, and a first-year new head coach for the East Leopards, a guy that is used to this arena, right? That being Coach Smith. And Dusty, former Ute, brought in to kind of help, I don't want to say change the culture, but maybe build this program a little further. He's got a great core, including a young sophomore in Mulibea. He's got a future D1 in the big man Mikey Frazier, a dynamic shooter in Taylor Zwick. A lot of excitement for the East Leopards on the floor tonight.
The East Leopards won a last-second comeback, got the win, and moved on. For Timpanogos, Dane, coached by head coach Izzy Engel, who's been spectacular.
Right.
Coach Smith said, he goes, I think that's the best coach in the state.
Yep.
And a lot of times you get coach speak. Coach Smith doesn't do that. But Timpanogos absolutely rolled in round one.
You know, you look at what Izzy Engel has done at Timpanogos, and it speaks to how good he is. This is Timpanogos, and I don't mean that to be rude or anything like that, but, I mean, last year a team that I think they lost 3 games, right? They lost in the quarterfinals, maybe felt a little bit like we didn't accomplish the goal. Here's their chance to get a little bit of retribution. They returned some key guys off of that team, including one of the best three-point shooters in the entire state, that being Matt Norman. Derek Equinto has had a really nice year as well for Timpanogos. This is a team that they like to shoot threes. They get up and down the floor. Watch for Tyler Walker in this one. Really, really good squad for Coach Izzy Engel back for Timpanogos.
Tyler Walker is a guy that does a little bit of everything for Coach Engel. And of course, I'm sure we got some fans, a couple of them anyway, hanging out in Georgia, watching us here on the live stream. As we'll start first with the East Leopards and Jalen Vickers at the point. Now over to Taylor Zwick. Here's Mulibea. Working around Jiba, throw it inside to Frazier. Mikey on the move, and he gets a foul on Maddox to start this one, and it'll be Mikey Frazier going to line to shoot 2.
This is the matchup that I think East can really exploit tonight. Who does Timpanogos have to deal with Mikey Frazier? Mikey Frazier, 6'9", he loves to step out and take that 3. He's made a deal with Coach Smith on how many of those he can take. But you get 45 inside. It's how they won the game against Jordan. He made a nice move in the closing seconds to win that one. You get him inside. Who does Timpanogos have to come and push him out of the block and make life tough down low for Frazier?
And Frazier rolls in 1 of 2. It was East trailing by 7 points, around 2 minutes left in the game, and able to get that win. Wilkie up top to Norman. Norman in the corner. Walker for 3. He's short on the triple. Zwick fighting for the rebound, and Zwick comes away with it. Interesting to see that shot be short, because this is a lot more of a friendly shooting arena than UCCU Center, as that is off from Jiba. On the run, Equinto. Give it up to Norman. Norman tried to wrap it around to Walker, picked off by Zwick.
Boy, Zwick just snuck around. Timpanogos never saw him. Great steal by Taylor Zwick, the junior.
Frazier for 3. And Mikey Frazier with the first 4 points of the ball game.
You know, I learned the hard way. I went and I shot with Mikey Frazier. We played a game of Bronco. It's like horse, but in honor of his future career at Boise State. He killed me on the 3-pointers. Mikey Frazier, you can't leave him room outside. He'll drill it.
Equinto over to Norman from way outside. Norman short on it. Zwick with another rebound.
Tell you what, right now East is dedicated to the play down low, rebounding as well as help coming down, collapsing. Coach Smith really wanted his boys to force Timpanogos off the line. They haven't done so yet, but they've been fortunate that Timpanogos has missed a lot of shots, haven't given them second chances.
Mulibea rattles out a 3. Equinto with the rebound on the push.
Equinto, an absolute hustle kid. Love what he brings for Timpanogos. He's a hard worker.
Frazier with the block on Walker. Now Equinto. Oh, nice thread to Maddox. And Timpanogos on the board.
Equinto setting that up and pulls Mikey Frazier up On the defense, Maddox able to fill in from behind and lay it in for the first Timpanogos points.
Trying to trap out of this. Mulibea to Zwick. Zwick with the three.
Well, we know the East shooters are ready. Frazier and Zwick both with three-pointers for the Leopards.
Equinto over to Norman. Pass on the three. Nice job by Jiba. Norman now fouled by Jiba. Got into him. And that's the first foul of the contest on East.
It's good positioning by Jeremy Jiba, but he's got those arms in there, and the official right there to call the foul. And, you know, just keep those arms off, right? Go straight up with the body. I think it would have been okay, but Jiba called on the reach and picking up his first personal.
Up top, Walker, Maddox down to Walker. There, he tipped that ball, looked, at least from our vantage point, almost went into the rim. Maybe it wasn't as close, but we're straight on with it.
Well, I'll tell you this, it had the right depth.
Yeah. I was kind of watching it with like, oh, wow.
Oh, yeah, right.
Equinto to trigger. It's interesting, we talked to Coach Smith for quite a while in the pregame and asked him kind of differences. You know, we got to pound it inside. They're going to trap us. We got to use size. And the start says anything. East is dialed in. Norman, he's dialed in as well. That kid can shoot from anywhere on the floor. And it's 7-5.
I mean, some of the things that Norman has done this year, just unreal.
How about Jiba? Thought maybe he would have gotten out of control on that one, but Jiba able to finish it. Equinto up top to Norman. Back in the corner. Derek Equinto sent cross to Walker, and he got one of the cheerleaders in the front row.
Timpanogos does not look right here in the early going, Dusty. And you know, you hope that they're able to settle down. We mentioned an early exit last year, the Region 8 champions. Not to put any pressure on them, but 3 of our semifinalists are set. 1 from Region 5, 1 from Region 6, 1 from Region 7. Can Region 8 deliver?
And that ball is out of bounds off of Timpanogos. And I'm trying to think back of times that that's happened. I'm sure they've been there in the last 12 years, but yeah, I might have to scan the brain for a minute.
You mean Region 8 or Timpanogos?
Well, Timpanogos has been a lot.
For sure.
Region 8 for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, nice play by Vickers. Wrap it around. Matt Norman can't get it. And Norman will bring it back out. Here's Equinto wide open. He could have gone right back to Norman. He goes to Wilkie, short on it. Norman with the rebound.
Couple second chances here. East unable to corral the basketball. Have multiple opportunities to clear it.
Walker hands back Norman. 4-3. Back rimmed. Rebound taken by Mikey Frazier.
And that's really the asset for this East High team. It is difficult to deal with Frazier rebounding the basketball.
And out of bounds off of Walker.
Got to pass with a purpose. And that time, way too much air under that basketball. The trap's coming up on Vickers. Got to put a little more steam behind that. You can't allow those lobs so much time in the air. This Timpanogos team quick at every position.
Colin Christensen checks in for Coach Engel. As Frazier give it up Mulibea, try to get that down to Jiba. Out of bounds off of Walker.
Mulibea takes the dribble and it stalls long enough for the defense to recover. If he just gets rid of that immediately, he's got a lane to get it to Jiba for an uncontested lay-in.
Inbound into Frazier and Mikey with the floater. And a nice start to this game for Mikey Frazier. 6 points and a travel. Timpanogos a little out of sorts here.
Right, they've had open looks, Dusty, haven't been able to hit them. Have had a couple of turnovers. Be interesting to see if Coach Izzy Engel's squad can settle down a little bit. It's a team that, again, had a lot of success in the regular season, hoping that it translates here in the state playoffs.
Vickers turns it over. Equinto get it ahead to Wilkie. And it'll be an easy lay-in for Wilkie.
That press, able to generate an extra possession again.
Equinto to the rim, can't finish. And Jiba claims the rebound. Timeout. East. 3:02 left in the first. It's East 11, Timpanogos 7.
The Dairy Farmers of Utah would like to wish all participants good luck in today's event. Remember to refuel with chocolate milk for all the nutrition. nutrition you need and to help perform at your best. Plus, it tastes great. Les Schwab Tires. For over 50 years, Les Schwab has been committed to providing their customers the most for their tire dollar. Price, value, and selection at Les Schwab, doing the right thing since 1952.
Welcome back into the Huntsman Center. I want to remind you, if you need money for education after high school, visit nationalguard.com to find out more information about the Montgomery GI Bill, state and federal tuition assistance, and student loan repayment opportunities. That's at nationalguard.com. Out of the timeout, Mulibea gets up to Zwick. Now Fraser. Zwick, cross court, Mulibea. Drop it into Jiba.
Good defense. Collapsing down with the double team, forcing a turnover.
Here comes Norman. And Norman goes all the way to the rim, and it's a 2-point game, 11-9.
We talk about Timpanogos looking a little out of sort offensively. Tell you what, the defense causing some issues for East.
Zwick, give it up, Mulibea. Vickers, quick pass to Zwick for three, got it.
That's what you got to do. You got to make them pay, Dusty. Quick ball movement, open looks, and you got to hit them when you get them and force them out of some of those quick double team and traps.
Here's Walker down the baseline, send out Christensen, now Quinto. He'll sling it in there, and Walker with an easy two.
That time, not sure about Frazier. May have got caught. Don't know if he saw Walker there, but slow to come over and gave up an uncontested lay-in.
Jiba turns the ball over, and we'll go back down the floor with Timpanogos.
Again, that defense, so quick getting back. Been impressed with Timpanogos tonight defensively in the early going. And, you know, sometimes you just want your defense to make enough plays, keep you in the ball game while you just figure out the offense.
Quinto, give it up to Norman. Norman, nice take. And Matt Norman, normally just a marksman from the outside, able to get another bucket in the paint.
7 of the 13 points coming from Matt Norman.
Zwick off the bump, count the bucket. Coach Engel not happy with the call, but it'll be a 3-point opportunity.
And how about 8 for Zwick? Pair of threes, and an opportunity for a 3-point play.
This is one of those things where I think Coach Engel forgot that he could point at the scoreboard and say, hey, watch the replay. Right. Short on the +1 opportunity from Zwick. 3-point lead for East.
And right now, Timpanogos being able to pick up the pace a little bit. That certainly favors the Region 8 champions. Coach Smith talked about pace was going to be important for them.
Colin Christensen can't get it. And it's Zwick claiming the rebound once again. Jiba, send to the corner, Zwick.
Boy, Jiba, go up with that shot. You're 4 feet away.
Timeout granted to East. No, he said he stepped out of bounds. Okay, I would say Coach Engel was yelling and he calmed down. It was either a timeout or he got the call he wanted. Is he just a little fired up in this one?
Love the way he coaches, huh?
Yeah.
He brings a lot of energy, a lot of passion, and his team, they bring that same level, Dusty. I mean, last year we did a couple Timpanogos games, and man, this is an invested group, if nothing else. We'll put it that way.
Outside, Quinto into the corner to Walker. Walker, nice pass to Maddox, who lays it up and in.
Mikey Frazier out of the ball game, the middle wide open. They had an opportunity for Norman. They missed him earlier, able to be captured by Maddox.
Coach Engel down on the baseline. As Zwick knocks down the 3. Curtis on the answer.
Timpanogos, they're finding their offense now. And East falling into that trap, up and down the floor.
And Zwick answers a 3 with another 3. Quickly up the floor, here comes Walker.
I submitted The Dowdell first quarter is a hashtag DNR. Wipe it out. Taylor Zwick with 4 threes, Dusty. 14 points.
3 seconds, Quinto at the horn. Why not? What an end to the first quarter. We got a good one here, folks. East 22, Timpanogos 21. We'll be back for more.
We remind everybody that Shirtstop is the official provider of the Utah High School Activities Association Championship merchandise. Official tournament merchandise is available online at shirtstop.com. Select from sweatshirts, hoodies, hats, and more. Get your state championship apparel today from Shirtstop. We also want to let everybody know that the game balls are being provided by Wilson. Wilson is the official ball of the Utah High School Activities Association. Stats standings are available at maxpreps.com, the official stats partner of the UHSAA. Visit maxpreps.com for stats, schedules, rosters, and more. MaxPreps, America's source for high school sports. Be sure to check out the Deseret News for the best place to read about prep sports online at dnews.com. The Deseret News. Now you know.
Start of the second quarter. Dusty Lister, Dane Stewart with you. Battle. The shooting at the OK Corral broke out here. 22-21, lighting it up from the outside, both East and Timpanogos.
Man, I don't know what's going on here. We got two teams over 20 after the first quarter. Had very few fouls. Well played first quarter.
Out of bounds off of Frazier. Trying to lob that up to Walker. I don't see anything definitive on either way. Inbound into Curtis. Now up top, Quinto. He hit that buzzer beater. Walker working on Frazier. Got inside him. Can't finish. Walker. That ball's off Mulibea and will stay here.
You see the difference it makes when Mikey Frazier playing under the rim on defense. Last minute or so, Timpanogos was able to get men inside with relative ease, and right now, shots being contested because of big number 45.
Inbound into Norman, 4-3. Wide, and it's Maddox with the board. He can't complete the bucket. And then you say Maddox stepped out of bounds, and we'll go down the floor with East.
Got to do a better job on the inbound. A screen allowed this shooter to come around, get open from the corner. East fortunate that shot wasn't hit.
There's Mulibea. Now Vickers quick up the floor. And a travel before we even got started. Ben Ford, the quarterback, got a little excited there.
Yeah, that time the basketball, I don't know if it took an awkward hop or he just didn't handle it cleanly. But couldn't get it back down on the floor, and an opportunity for East that is missed. We were talking during the break, Dusty, and if I'm Timpanogos, I'd do that same thing the entire ball game. You're going to make East beat you with their execution, picking up the pace. It's a great game plan for Timpanogos.
And Quinto can't get it. Christensen with the rebound. Sent out Quinto over to Walker for 3. Short. Wilkie came in and tipped that ball out, and they're going to get Wilkie with the foul. And that will be the 13th foul on Timpanogos.
Made mention of it a little earlier. I love that they're letting these kids play. I mean, we have seen play in the paint. We've seen contested shots, and we're not getting real happy with the whistles. We're going to let players decide it, players execute. Love what we've seen from the officials. They're doing a great job.
Veteran crew in this one. You know, back to the point we were making at the break. And part of the reason why you keep doing what you're doing is you make somebody besides Mikey Frazier continue to shoot the basketball, and it pulls him out of it. As they go to the corner to Zwick. He had 4 in the first quarter. He's got 5 in the first half. Taylor Zwick is unconscious. A complete 180 from last time we saw East as Norman is fouled on the drive.
Yeah, we did the game against Timview, and Taylor Zwick didn't hit a shot until the game winner. And he took a plenty, and that includes free throws, lay-ins. He was all over the floor. Couldn't find the bottom of the net. Hit the game winner. It was a fantastic moment for him, but tonight he is on fire, Dusty. Much better job being conscious off the inbound, knowing where those screens are, where Timpanogos is rolling.
Walker working on Frazier. Walker got around Frazier, and it crawls off. It'll be 2 free throws coming away of Walker.
Frazier got beat around the edge, riding him. Unfortunately, that time the ball didn't drop for Tyler Walker, who will head to the line.
So Brendan Hall's got to make sure, say, no, it's on me, it's on me.
You're right. Yeah, if you're not Mikey Frazier, your arm should shoot up every time there's a whistle.
Walker hits the first.
And by the way, right now, the way Zwick's shooting, you don't want him raising his hand either. Like, keep him in the ball game. Keep Mikey in the ball game.
Chiba set the check in as Walker knocks down the second as well. And Frazier will get a breather. 6:38 left in the half.
So again, this is a moment with Frazier out. What does East do defensively? I'd expect Timpanogos to attack the interior.
Up the floor, Jalen Vickers over to Mulibea. Outside, Brennan Hall. Up top to Zwick. Here's Vickers. Mulibea working on Wilkie. Takes a bump and finishes. Nice take and finish by Andre Mulibea.
My opinion, one of the real good players to come out of this state. Just a sophomore, Dusty. Great length to him. Has shown you his athleticism.
Matt Norman, his second triple. And Norman doing a little bit of everything. 10 points here in the half.
We talk about his ability to shoot the three, Dusty. He had a game against Springville. He had 8 3-pointers. This guy can light it up.
He was 8 of 12. Step into a three, off the mark from Brennan Hall. And on the push with Wilkie.
So Zwick has shown you he's dialed in, so force someone else to take those 3-pointers. Force it out of the hands of 14. Works out well on that possession for Timpanogos.
Christensen in the corner, and Christensen gives Timpanogos their first lead of the ball game, 29-27.
He's just not quick enough defensively. Dusty there coming over with help defense and leaving shooters open, unable to recover. Timpanogos taking advantage.
Here's Zwick. Float it and score it. 19 points now for Taylor Zwick.
I mean, this is becoming one of the great performances and a half that we've seen in the state tournament. Dowdell's had it, Creer. I mean, there have been some Olympus players, but Taylor Zwick put him up there now with 17 points, 19 points.
Here's Quinto, hands over to Walker. Walker down the lane, left hand, and good. Tyler Walker got to be glad he didn't see 45 standing inside the circle.
Well, I thought that could have been an offensive foul, too.
Inside the circle, though. Probably why it wasn't called.
Yeah, I didn't look for circle. It was certainly close.
I look for it because I want it in the high school game.
Right.
The ball goes along the baseline. We'll go the other way. Because I think it'll help officials. It gives them something distinctive, especially in high school. We get a lot of charges underneath the hoop. Like, anything that helps make it a little easier, I'm all for it.
It's a hard enough call without the right. Like, it's hard enough to determine block charge. No replay, none of that. You got to be on the spot, and I'm with you. I have no problem of adding elements to help officials be better.
And we got a foul on Maddox. Absolutely shoving him in the back. And that'll be the 4th team foul on Timpanogos.
And I don't say that to be critical of officials. Sure. It's a tough job. What I'm saying is help make their job easier, right? Help officials out, and I'd be all for it.
Yep, absolutely.
It is about 30 cents worth of tape at each school, though.
Hey, when we started this whole thing, I was on a campaign and a crusade for 3 officials. I'm not saying that's why it happened, but it got there. Now, I've always been campaigning for a shot clock.
I was going to say, be careful here, Dusty, because you don't want to lose your next campaign, which is shot clock.
All I want is everything.
Is it really that tough to ask for?
Jiba turns it over. Here comes Quinto. Norman for 3. Matt Norman doing his best Taylor Zwick impression. He's now got 13.
The legs feed the wolves, and right now the wolves be eaten.
Mulibea now over to Hall. Back up top, Mulibea. Andre sending out Jiba for 3. And now a loose ball foul on Mulibea. 3:35 left in the half. That is the 4th team foul on East as Mikey Frazier set to check back in.
East in trouble. Mikey Frazier going to come back in, but right now, those 19 points of Zwick, East only has 10 points from other scores. Someone else has to step up. Timpanogos taking note, forcing it out of Taylor Zwick's hands. Now Zwick on the bench. Where's the offense going to come from? You'd expect Frazier, but they need some of the depth to show up and start helping out the offense.
5-point advantage for Timpanogos. Now Quinto gonna lob it to Walker. We got a foul before the play. I'll go against Mulibea. That's number 2 on Andre Mulibea, and the 5th team foul.
Foul charge to number 24, Andre Mulibea, his second personal, 5th team foul.
Starting to add up for East. I mean, they're late in the half, so not from a team perspective, but 2 on Mulibea, 2 on Frazier, the 2 bigs for East with a pair of fouls, and not terrible. You're late in the first half, but you're going to want those come later in the ball game.
Christensen into the corner to Curtis. Can't get the 3. Walker came flying in, couldn't corral it. Vickers tracks it down.
He's still in that zone. Ball movement, able to get men out of position and allow for the open 3.
Vickers just able to get that back, and now 3 fouls on Andre Mulibea in the last minute. He's going to have to go to the bench. That is now 5 team fouls.
He dips the shoulder, Dusty, and goes into the player of Tyler Walker. Easy call for the official. The right call, the 3rd foul. And Mulibea still on the floor here. Oh, now we're going to get a sub.
Stanford Satini comes on the floor, no doubt. The brother, at least a cousin, of state champion Margarita Satini is Coach Solivi walking through the Huntsman Center. As the East girls won their very first state championship basketball state championship inside of Norman, and Norman lays it in, and now a 7-point lead for the Timberwolves.
Boy, Mikey Frazier drawn out defensively, and a fantastic job by Norman. Slipping in right at the paint. No one to defend the rim. Easy lay-in.
Outside Satini. Here we go, Frazier. Oh, wow. No call. Frazier waiting for a whistle, and now count the bucket. It'll be a +1 for Mikey Frazier.
This is a tough one. Boy, I think it's set up. You don't want to penalize a big man for being big, and so I think the official's hesitating a little bit there. But that arm coming in awfully high may have even caught Walker. No whistle, and Frazier wisely, hey, you don't keep playing until you hear a whistle, right? Able to go up, and then they rule the foul here. And boy, if you're Coach Engel, I don't blame him for being upset with that sequence.
It's not very often you have a play like that where you feel like Frazier could have looked at the official. Am I good? Yeah, okay.
You going to call that? No?
It was,
all right.
It was one of those moments that you saw. It's like,
he paused.
Okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
he was almost stunned a little bit, Dusty.
I'm not sure what is going on right now. And Coach Smith trying to get control of his bench on the other end of the floor. He's still asking, like, what's going on, but Mikey rolls out the free throw. And now Coach Smith on fire because Frazier stood there for a long time. Gets around Frazier to the rim. No. Walker couldn't finish that one.
Nice shot by Jiba. Stood tall right at the top of that circle, Dusty. Able to throw off the drive just a bit.
And Frazier charge. That's number 3 on Mikey Frazier. So Frazier and Mulibea now with 3 fouls each.
And here's the problem. If you're Mikey, you didn't call it on the last one, right? You're going to call it there. Now, maybe people would say retribution, but it's a foul.
1:56 left in the half. Wolves starting to knock down threes.
Attention all basketball players age 14 and older. Do you wish you could dunk? If you want to be more athletic, come to the dunk camp this June at the Carl Malone Training Center in Lehigh. There you can learn from some of the best dunkers and trainers in the world. Learn more at www.thedunkcamp.com and follow us on Instagram at thedunkcamp. Also, fans, be a part of the action today on social media, the Utah High School Activities Association Basketball Championship, by joining the UHSAA on social media. Search at UHSAA Info on Twitter to get quick updates on game scores. Find UHSAA, Utah High School Activities Association on Facebook for recaps and stories. And go to @UHSAA on Instagram to find photos from today's games.
.156 left in the half. It was a 1-point lead coming into the quarter in favor of East, and Timpanogos, Matt Norman in particular, has been outstanding. 15 points in the half for Norman. He would be the leading scorer if it hadn't been for Taylor Zwick. 4 threes in the first quarter. He's got 1 here in the second. 19 points in the half.
And the thing you got to love about Norman is he's done it all over the floor, Dusty. Inside, outside. He's been outstanding today for Timpanogos.
As Ben Ford going to pick up the foul, and it'll be a one-on-one opportunity now for Timpanogos.
And right now, this is where Timpanogos really needs to put some distance between they and East. Frazier and Mulibea both on the best with 3 personals, presumably so for the last minute 29 of this half. Opportunity to attack the paint and kill East at the line.
And Walker has the first. Walker was very good in game 1, calmed things down from the free throw line at the beginning of that game. And now, yeah, he lips it out. Vickers with the rebound. Up the floor with the Leopards. Yeah, they close out the last minute 20.
Very few guys who can say they affected the 6A and 5A state playoffs. Jalen Vickers has that opportunity. Played at Bingham last year. Bingham, I think he certainly would have been a key contributor on that team had he not transferred to East.
Satini misses after the rebound got in his hands. 1:05 left in the half. Now down to a minute. Norman give off Christensen. Here's Wilkie. Remember when Coach Engel originally took over, it was a long, laboring offense. As Christensen pulls for 3, can't hit. Rebound to Zwick. And now on the run with the Leopards. Just I was saying, maybe you'll take a long possession here.
If I'm East, I'd look to take a long possession.
Why would you do that? That's 6 threes in the half, matching Dowdell's performance earlier.
Hey, I'm an analyst. I'm not a coach.
You stay at Holiday Inn tonight.
You know, it's just a good thing that Taylor Zwick doesn't listen to me. We'll just leave it at that.
15 seconds now remain in the half. Here's Christensen over to Wilkie. Guarded by Zwick. Give it up to Curtis. 9 seconds.
Got to be aware of those screens.
Backdoor to Norman. What a play by Matt Norman. 3 seconds left. Get it in. Here's Vickers. That's after the horn. We go to the break. Timpanogos 39, East 34. You're watching the 2018 5A Boys State Championship Basketball Tournament on Deseret News and live.ksl.com.
Since 1927, the Utah High School Activities Education has been the leadership organization for education-based interscholastic activities. Education-based activities are an extension of the school day and still require appropriate behavior. Join with the UHSAA to raise the bar. You can be a fan without being a fanatic. Simply put, do rowdy right. Always remember, sportsmanship matters. We remind you that today's event is being streamed live online and will be available for replay anytime at live.ksl.com. Again, watch a replay of today's event for free online at live.ksl.com. Refuel with chocolate milk. It's a delicious way to put something good in your body. Nutrient-rich chocolate milk is packed with carbs for energy, protein for muscle growth, and electrolytes to rehydrate, and vitamins and minerals to build strong bones. And enjoying low-fat chocolate milk is an easy way to help you get the 3 servings of dairy you need every day. A message from our sponsor, the Dairy Council of Utah. At Les Schwab Tires, they know buying tires today means more than just price. It includes service, selection, quality, and value. This is why dollar for dollar, tire for tire, Les Schwab is the store you can trust. Les Schwab Tire Centers, doing the right thing since 1952. Remember, the Deseret News sponsors the team trophies for all UHSAA championships. The Deseret News awards presentation will be held at the completion of the tournament. Order Jimmy John's sandwich delivery today. Jimmy John's, freaky fresh, freaky fast. Are you in need of physical therapy? Visit the RPT office near you. Registered Physical Therapist Incorporated. Advanced personalized care you get that helps you get back to work and back to play fast. Tiki Tap is proud to be the official mobile ticketing provider of the UHSAA. Search Tiki Tap in your app store and download the app today. The winner of our game this evening will play Quarter Canyon in Game 13 of the tournament. That game will be held here at the U of U on March 2nd. Game time is 2:30. Be sure to join the UHSAA on social media. Search @UHSAA Info on Twitter to get quick updates on game scores. Find UHSAA, the Utah High School Activities Association, on Facebook for recaps and stories. Go to @UHSAA on Instagram to find photos from today's championship. This time we'd like to recognize our super fans of the night. Our super fan tonight from Timpanogos High School is Spencer Olson. Congratulations to Spencer, our super fan. Our super fan for the East Leopards is James Knight. Congratulations to James. And now welcome back the East Leopards. Are there any Timpanogos fans in the stands tonight? Do we have any fans from the East? Attention all basketball players age 14 and older. Do you wish you could dunk? If you wish you were more athletic, come to the dunk camp this June at the Karl Malone Training Center in Lehigh. There you can learn from some of the best dunkers and trainers in the world. Learn more at www.thedunkcamp.com and follow us on Instagram @thedunkcamp. Checking in for East, number 3, Ben Ford. Foul charge to number 3, Ben Ford, his second personal, first team foul of the half. Charge to number 11, Jacob Maddox, his third personal, third team foul. Number 1, Colin Christensen, checking in for the Timberwolves. We have a timeout, Timpanogos. Once again, Shirtstop is the official provider of the Utah High School Activities Association Championship. Be sure to pick up merchandise for the tournament by checking out the web at shirtstock.com. Select from hats, hoodies, sweatshirts, and more. Get your skate apparel today at Shirtstock. Stats standings are available at maxpreps.com, the official stats partner of the UHSAA. Visit maxpreps.com for stats schedules, rosters, and more. Number 15, Tyler Walker. Second personal, fourth team foul. Number 24, Andre Willamea at the line. Foul charge to number 15, Tyler Walker, his third personal, fifth team foul. Number 3, Ben Ford will be at the line. In for the Timberwolves, number 5, Riley Curtis.
Norman for 3. Got it! Matt Norman again from the outside. He's got 29 on the evening.
Wow.
Three from Frazier, short. Mulibea with the board and bucket. East hanging around here. Christensen, Quinto. Norman is dying. His hands are on fire.
I mean, I don't know if you dare give him the basketball. I might melt it. Give it a try. Oh.
Dowdell would have done it.
That's the truth.
He did do it from there, about just on the other end of the floor. Here's Quinto inside of a minute to go. Coach Engel, remember, no shot clock in Utah high school basketball. There is a petition. Surprisingly, not led by me, but I will sign it, absolutely. I will co-sponsor the bill. 45 seconds on a running clock. Wilkie in the corner to Norman. 5 around the horn. 35 seconds left. Folks,
and I'm a believer, too, since we have time, that it'll actually make players better. I think it'll help improve players. People worry about players. I think it'll improve players.
It'll improve the game.
It'll improve the game, too. But players, too.
Yeah. We always talk about kids not have long enough attention span. We get it shortened down to 35-second increments.
There ain't no spinners out on the basketball floor.
10 seconds now. Here we go. Quinto, he knocked down a shot to end the first quarter. 5 seconds. Quinto got Zwick off his feet, kissed it off the window, and that's how the third quarter will end. Timpanogos 61, East 49. We head to the fourth, and the winner will move on to the semifinals. You're watching the 2018 5A Boys State Championship Basketball Tournament on DeseretNews.com.
Be sure to join the UHSAA by going mobile with your tickets by downloading TicketTap app today from your app store. TicketTap is the proud partner of the UHSAA and is the best solution for your ticketing needs. Visit www.tickettap.com to learn more. We want to remind everybody that the winner of this game will be involved in tournament game number 13. That game will be played on March 2nd at 2:30. Already positioned in that is Porter Canyon.
Start of the fourth quarter. I want to remind you, the Utah National Guard has a variety of opportunities to learn new skills, languages, and trades. Visit nationalguard.com for more information. And I think Easton Allerton out there helping us out, let us know that audio had gone out. You missed a lot of really good one-liners. So.
Right, yeah, we're actually quite personable. If you have any thoughts or things we're missing, we always tell you, reach out to us on Twitter. And, hey, let us know where you're watching the game from tonight. Let us know at DNewsRewind. And we know we've had followers from Canada, outside the States, and it's been fun. Been a fun tournament. Set up for a great finish here.
Been an outstanding game between two guys. And here's one, Matt Norman. Oh, that ball, it wanted to go down, and Riley Curtis tracks down the rebound. Riley up top to Christensen, now over to Quinto, but it's been Matt Norman and Taylor Zwick combining for 53 points. Zwick with 24, Norman with 29.
Been a shootout. Man, it has been outstanding.
Wilkie got around Frazier and finishes at the rim. Logan Wilkie's had 2 outstanding games in the state tournament.
Only 4 points, but really inside he's been good. Dusty's had tough defensive assignments, and in that third quarter he guarded Taylor Zwick for quite a bit and really started to lock him down. Zwick, you mentioned all the three-pointers he had been hitting. Wilkie did a nice job defensively in the third.
Wilkie staring down Frazier, missed a 3, and it's Vickers coming away with the loose ball. 14-point deficit for the East Leopards. They got to get moving offensively as Jiba goes up strong, can't get it. And it's Quinto coming down with the rebound, and Coach Engel telling him slow down. He knows time versus possessions is in favor of the Timberwolves here.
Seen this story before, right? We don't need to rush. We want to get a good shot. Timpanogos has had no short supply of good shots here tonight, and run your set, get a good look, and the way they've been shooting, most likely going to hit it because they have been fantastic here tonight.
Wilkie working on Frazier. It sends up top to Quinto. Vickers glued to Matt Norman. Mulibea, this is a fun matchup with he and Quinto. Quinto been quiet from the floor, only 5 points. Sends out Norman. 32 points from Matt Norman.
Wow. If I had my regular stat sheet, Dusty, I'd be able to tell you how many threes he's hit. I've got stat sheet B tonight. And no idea.
And the only reason I don't know is he made it enough, took the ball to the rim enough, or it wasn't the only thing I was counting. Frazier, nice move, and Frazier with the bucket. Timeout on the floor. 5:39 left in the fourth. A 15-point advantage for Timpanogos.
Attendance at a high school sporting event is the best way to teach the meaning of sportsmanship. Let's do rowdy right. Set a good example by cheering for your team and not against your opponent. Your actions should demonstrate respect for the game and your opponent. A message from the Utah High School Activities Association. No matter what your favorite activity is, reach for a replenishing ice-cold glass of chocolate milk. Its great flavor is packed with 9 essential nutrients to keep you going strong all day long. A message from the Utah Dairy Council. Be sure to visit maxpreps.com for stats, schedules, rosters, and more. Max Preps, America's source for high school sports.
Welcome back inside the Huntsman Center. As it's been the Matt Norman show. My goodness gracious. Both halves, too. I mean, Taylor just scored a lot of points in the first half. He hit that three to start the second half, and since then been quiet, and it's been 2 quarters of just stellar play from Matt Norman.
Well, and really, it's been Timpanogos just out-executing Dusty, and one of the things that Coach Smith said was we got to run their shooters off the line. We've got to defend them, and it's going to come down to our defense. And the defense, Dusty, there's just been too many open looks. The zone, Timpanogos has been able to manipulate, and they've hit the open looks when they've had them.
And there's a foul on Mulibea, and that'll be number 4. And Zwick comes back in the game. See if Zwick can get going offensively. I mean, it's going to be Herculean effort here. 5:27 left in the fourth quarter, and these seniors for East, their seasons and their time as an East Leopard hanging on the line.
It was 22-21 at the end of the first, Dusty. Timpanogos has kept the pace up. East has not.
Inside, outside, Matt Norman. By the way, he's 8 of 15 from 3 tonight. Zwick, nice take, can't get it. Mulibea goes up strong and it crawls off. And it'll be Andre Mulibea going to line to shoot 2.
Boy, I thought Zwick might have gotten fouled on the take. Doesn't get the call. Mulibea with the offensive rebound. He will head to the line. But wow, 8 of 15. Whew. There are guys that don't shoot that well from the floor, let alone from the three-point line.
As Mulibea misses the first, yeah, I mean, and we mentioned that to close out the season at Springville, or home against Springville, 8 of 12, and he had 35 points in that game, so he's a point shy of his season high with 5 minutes left to go. As free throw's good, and I'm trying to remember the last 40-point game I've seen was Frank Jackson, I believe. Actually, I know Frank Jackson, but I was trying to think if there was another one since then, but quite the performance tonight from Norman.
Still has work to do to get to 40. But the way he's shooting, man, it could certainly happen.
Zach Moore on Norman on the far side. Equinto goes to Norman. Up top to Walker. Walker, nice dish to Wilkie. Gets through to Equinto. Equinto in the lane, not looking for a shot. Going to eat up the clock. Walker reverses and scores. Did not seal off the back door on the trap, and Walker lays it in, and now 18-point lead for the Timberwolves.
Yeah, and contact kind of helped him. Gave him that push past the defense to the backside, and Walker able to finish inside. He's got 17.
No call on the contact. Zwick can't get the shot in the lane to go. Back up the floor we go with the Timberwolves looking to extend this 18-point lead as a trip to the semifinals in the horizon.
It's a 5-point game at half, Dusty. Since then, Timpanogos has outscored East 31-17.
It's something new with students. Anytime a guy makes a move and the defender wobbles a little bit, it's the O's as Equinto can't finish. But it's a foul on Zwick. It'll be 2 free throws for Derek Equinto.
I think just the first personal on Taylor, but he's sitting there like, I'm riding this hit. Meanwhile, I got contact on the other end, and there's nothing. And in fact, that foul, the only time Zwick touches him, as we see the replay on the Jumbotron, is when he's out of the 3-point line. I mean, Zwick kind of conceded, knew he got beat, and an opportunity at the line. And I think that's been one of the frustrating things for East, particularly in these last couple minutes. You have contact down here on the last end, goes uncalled. Opportunity where they're beat, concede, and it's free throws for Timpanogos. And not to harp on officials, it's a hard job. They rotate, they have different positions, looking at different things. But certainly, as a player, it becomes frustrating when that's your experience end to end.
Absolutely. As Mulibea comes off the floor in favor of Jiba. Jiba, a senior, and give him some more minutes out here. As Mulibea, just a sophomore. Up the floor, Vickers, now Frazier will pull for 3. Mikey wide of the mark. Equinto with the rebound on the run.
Boy, backside Christensen was wide open, leaping for that basketball. And again, the experience of Equinto realizing, hey, we don't need to take hurried shots here. And that time, Equinto steps out.
Steps out of bounds. It'll be East ball with 3:05 left. He had the junior Christensen. He's got plenty of tomorrows to think about. And
That's right. It's a risky decision because he's jumping over there. You're exercising those calf muscles. You got to play a series of, 4 games in 6 days? Rest. You're going to need those jumps later on in this tournament.
That should be their first back-to-back, possible back-to-back day. They win on Friday to play Saturday.
Right.
Here's where that rotation kind of hurts is if you're 6A, I mean, you play Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah, people don't realize this, but each classification, and they alternate year to year, you have to play 4 games in 5 days to win a state championship. That is a tall ask.
A lot of legs, I was talking with a coach yesterday, is Frazier takes the bump, gets the bucket, and Mikey will go to the line looking for the 3-point play. But I was talking with Coach Carling from Westlake, and I said, they played a lot of playoff games, essentially. They had a win to get in, and they played a playing game to get in, and then they win. Because, 2 years ago we did the same thing. We were the 4 seed. We played a playing game at AF and won. He goes, the thing is like, by Friday, we get to the semifinals, we had no legs. He said, with that second half, he's like, Mason Fawcett, McCord, he's like, they were shot.
Yeah.
He said, that's something he thinks about a lot, especially with this team. They played really well in the first round. They'll play tomorrow. Watch that here on DeseretNews.com. And
tough game for them tomorrow, too. Dusty, I mean, that's going to be a real battle. They've got Layton, if I recall correctly.
I believe so, yep. 2.5 minutes remaining. In what has been a fun night, 2 outstanding performances, but really a team performance by Timpanogos, which has been outstanding. And Wilkie swatted by Frazier. We got a foul before the shot, I believe, anyway. On this goes on Vickers, and it will. But I guess I didn't see if it was on the shot. So 4th team foul on the Leopards. And the first free throw good. As Mulibea will come back on. He comes in for Jiba. And rattles home both free throws, 73-55, an 18-point advantage. Here's Ford. Oh, wow. High post. Jumper short. And back up the floor with the T-Wolves. And Dane, it looks like Timpanogos will move on to the semis. Into the corner. to Wilkie. Sent out Norman. And a kid that listens to his coach is always something that you like.
Yeah.
But going to be a fun semifinal.
Clear your schedule for March 2nd at 2:30. Timpanogos, Corner Canyon. And, you know, if we had that game scripted a week ago, I would give it about 15 seconds and say Timpanogos, too many threes. If we're seeing Corner Canyon in this tournament, Dusty, I think their length can deal with some of the shooters of Timpanogos. I think that could be a really interesting matchup. And the press, right? Corner Canyon, that press that they implemented second half against Highland. We saw it early in the game today against Box Elder before that game got out of hand. How does Timpanogos deal with that very same pressure that they implement? Well, not the same pressure schematically, but the concept of pressure. How does Timpanogos deal with that? It was a big difference for them today as they kind of overtook in the second and third quarters. It'll be interesting to see if they can handle it on the offensive end.
Frazier will pull for three as that ball is off the mark. I just dare say that the Coach Lunt's going to say, guys, we got to guard number 2.
And 15.
I know Coach Smith said the same thing. He told us as much.
Yeah, it's.
But what he said, though, I thought was impressive. Timeout Timpanogos, and we'll get back to that thought when we come back. 1:16 left in the fourth. You're watching the 5A state tournament on DeseretNews.com.
Once again, we'd like to thank our sponsors for the Utah High School Activities Association Class 5A Championship Tournament. We thank the Dairy Council of Utah, Les Schwab Tire Centers, Shirt Stop, Wilson, Deseret News, Max Preps, Jimmy John's, The Dump Camp, Registered Physical Therapist Inc., and Ticatap.
.116 left in the fourth quarter. Dusty Lister, Dane Stewart with you, and remind you to stay tuned for the selection of the Sodalicious Player of the Game at the conclusion of the minute 16 remaining here. I dare say we know who that one is, but we still need to tease it.
Yep.
I thought maybe Norman would try to sneak into this one, but he didn't. Equinto, the only one out there, he's the one that snuck in. Is now a foul from Vickers will put Equinto at the line for 1-and-1.
You had a thought before the break.
I'm trying to remember now.
Talking with Coach Smith, one of the things he said before the game.
Oh, he said we got to run them off. He said, but easier said than done. He's got 5 guys that can come out there and shoot. As
Right.
East now subs out, and you see Jalen Vickers, Mikey Frazier playing his last game in a leopard uniform, as well as, Taylor Zwick's Jr., he'll be coming back.
Ben
Jeremy
Ford.
Jiba, Ben Ford, thank you. But a lot of talent come back for Coach Smith as Equinto back rims the free throw. Probably did that on purpose. Didn't want to come out of this one. And now the foul on Curtis, and that really nifty work will pull Equinto out of the ballgame.
Yeah. That's one of the things I never understood. As a shooter, why would you want to come out of the ball game, right? Just miss the free throw when you know the sub's coming in for you. I'll take the hit statistically.
Let's talk about this year for East, so we got some time here. I mean, it's a team you selected. You picked to win. You went on a limb.
Yep.
Picked them to win the 5A state championship, and a lot of talent on this team. There's a bright future. I mean, Coach Smith's there to build a culture and to help these kids.
Right, and you know it's a program, Dusty. When you look at it, they've got a lot of talent, and they're all in different grades. I mean, Mikey Frazier was obviously the headliner this year, going up to play Boise State. He's going to go be fantastic up there, right? Has that ability to hit the three. Tonight he finished with 16 points. I know he missed a couple of shots, but he can stretch the floor. And you get in college and more dedication there and specialists. I mean, he's going to be a fantastic player at the next level. Taylor Zwick Jr., he's coming back. We saw his night tonight. Andre Mulubea, who I think, the sky's the limit. I saw Emmanuel Acott as a sophomore, and I think personally that at his point, Andre Mulubea is just as talented. And Emmanuel Acott is off and doing wonderful things. I think this East program can be a real power. Now, it's a first year for a head coach, and you mentioned he's about the kids. Love what Coach Smith is trying to build, what he's trying to do at East. They're in a really difficult region to do it. You've got Highland, you've got Olympus. Skyline was really good this year. For the East Leopards, I think this is just the start, and excited for what's around the corner for the East High basketball program.
First free throw good from Ryan Clayton, drew a big cheer from the Timpanogos bench. And we talk about building a culture. Izzy Engel took over a program that folks did not have a lot of success.
Right.
I mean, just be honest, it just has not had a lot of success. It's a baseball school, and right now it's a basketball school too.
And they're loving the high life, Dusty, and they should. You know, not a great student section out here today from Timpanogos. It's a long drive. That's going to grow as it goes on. We mentioned, you know, single-digit losses last year, get upset in the quarters. Today, they're going to get the win. They're going to advance to the semifinals. The job that Coach Izzy Ingles has done here, impressive. And you already mentioned Coach Smith talking to me before the game, said that guy is probably the best coach in the state. An enormous amount of respect on the other sideline for what Coach Ingles has done. And I mean, we can't talk enough about the job that he has done here at Timpanogos as they advance.
Timpanogos moves on to the semifinals. They'll be playing on Friday, and you'll see that right here on DeseretNews.com. The final score, Timpanogos 76, East 57. Dane, our so delicious player of the game.
Is there any question? It's got to be the junior, Matt Norman. We talk about guys coming back. Matt Norman, just a junior, 34 points today. What a ball game for Matt Norman and the Timpanogos Timberwolves as they advance to the semifinal behind the hot shooting and great offensive execution of their 1-2 punch.
Timpanogos 76, East 57. Tough to see seasons and careers come to a close. We wish everybody, all the seniors at East, best of luck, including Mikey Frazier. Best of luck being a Bronco, brother. 76-57 for Vince Francis and Dane Stewart. I'm Dusty Lister. Thanks for joining us and watching the 2018 5A Boys State Championship Basketball Tournament on DeseretNews.com.